What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome on back to Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So, I got my coffee. Last episode, we did finish up most of the Forgotten Battlefield, if not all of the Forgotten Battlefield. That was a really fun area, actually. Very reminiscent to me, at least, of like a Dark Souls, Elden Ring kind of aesthetic. That area, I like that a lot. I mean, you have the bodies stacked up like sandbags all around. You have the journals in there, the siege engines, just how many lives have thrown themselves at the Paintress. You actually get to see that scale. Like, it's not only the Gamage, there's thousands of corpses back there for people who've tried to stop this multiple times, and it was pretty cool to get to see that, actually. And now, the only thing left to do is to head on to, well, what's gonna be Gustave's final resting place. The nice, quiet field area, apparently. I'm definitely invested in putting him to rest.
Hey, you holding up? We're almost there.
Holding up. Everywhere we go, just death. Death and more death. Everywhere we go, just death. I don't want to see that anymore.
Look, Maelle,
I thought you would understand. You said you spent your immortality burying the people around you. Doesn't any of this bother you? And you. Gustave's dead. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
It's not that simple, Maelle. Everybody deals differently.
Why do
Maelle. You know what we must do. When one falls, come on.
Some people don't deal too good with things like this, and so they get through it by working, right? They got something to do. They can collapse after the job is done. I actually watched something recently where that line was exactly said. I forget what it was though, but somebody was asking them why they aren't like sad and depressed at the situation. They had just lost a bunch of their family members, and they were like, I can collapse later. Right now I have things to do. And I'm guessing this is the big expedition killer Nevron that he was so worried about. Is this all the blood from the battlefield above us? Jesus. Verso is such a savage.
Merde! Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
All the bodies, man. The aesthetic of this game is so cool. You look like you're gonna be a badass. Great fight to warm up on, huh? This might take a few attempts.
Eyes up, Verso.
But there might have been an extra damage phase right there on the uptick. Okay, let's mark you up immediately.
Target marked.
Hit you with double mark.
Just try it.
You remind me of the Pontiff Sullivan from Dark Souls 3. This guy's so cool. He's a badass. Badasses don't get to live though.
He's seen.
Gonna put us in Twilight. Give him some Maelle.
Okay.
guy. Maelle is in, sorry. Wait, no, we can afford to do some damage here.
I've got this.
Time to strike.
Yeah, because Ciel is in Twilight now, but she still needs to gain some Fortel. Thanks to our thing, this should apply max Fortel every time. Yes. And man, I love that weapon.
It's locked on you.
So bad.
Time to hit big.
Enjoy.
Strike.
God damn, that's a lot of damage. That's big dick damage. Alright, let's, in case you don't fall over from this, let's mark you. We can get you next turn, definitely. You know, when I said Punt of Sullivan, I didn't expect him to literally pull out a second Void Sword. Literally like Punt of Sullivan.
Ready to parry.
Way too early. Come on. There you go. This guy's a savage. Alright, you have max stack of Fortel, so how about you hold the Sealed Fate for me?
This will hurt.
Next time Ciel gets a turn, I'm going to heal everybody. You need burn stacks right now. I know you're resistant to fire, but she consumes burn stacks for damage, so... Now he gets it on the pull-up. What I expected him to do earlier. Let's mark him up.
Target marked.
Yeah, you still have a bunch of Fortel. We don't have the AP for the harvest. Fuck. Okay. Then let's do Plentiful Harvest and get all our AP up.
The dance begins.
Yeah, they're gonna need AP. Alright, so Combustion. We're gonna get a damage buff out of this. He's resistant to fire, but I should still do a lot because all the burn stacks. Inverted? What does Inverted do?
Take your shot.
Hey, I need a... Holy shit. My guy. Relax. Inverted is a status effect that prevents the character from being healed. If the character is healed while inverted, they take... Okay, well, she's not healing. If that's the case, then we're just gonna try and kill you before you kill me. How about that?
Eyes don't lie.
Not impressed.
Okay, you're marked.
Precise. Strike.
Fire. That's so fire. That shit was incredible. That's my favorite fight so far. Not even close.
Well, turns out this Neverin wasn't that strong, but you did well. You learn fast.
No, I think he was pretty strong.
All this. This is what we're fighting for.
God, I love this game. Just the dark death and destruction, the way they handle combat encounters. It's so... Oh, that was for... That's for Verso. What do you do? Play again after a base attack. Excuse me? Vitality and defense. Play again after a base attack is kind of crazy. So you can just open with a free base attack, and then you get to go again. So I can literally just get a free attack in. Okay, well we need to level it up and spec into it, but that's on my to-do list now. I want... Let's heal everybody up. Just look at this, dude. Very, very good. Bravo. And we will be speccing around to that fight whenever we can. Sorry, specking around to that new weapon whenever we can. I think I just said fight. That was really cool. The fact that I said he reminded me of Pontiff Sullivan, and then right after I said that, he pulled out a second Void Sword. So he had a fire and a Void Sword, exactly like Pontiff Sullivan. Is crazy. It does make me wonder if that's inspired by. Maybe we have some Dark Souls 3 fans in this dev team. Look at that. That actually might have ended up giving us a little shortcut, maybe, huh? Did this bring us out on the other side of the ancient bridge? Let's check. Yeah, it did. Okay. I climb up here. I can. I see that goodie on the left. Let me yoink all of this.
Perfect.
Color of Lumina. I didn't even see the purple. I just got curious and wanted to explore that. Alright, let's get... Well, hopefully let's get Gustave put to rest before we end up pressing on too much. There's that pretty piano track.
Useful.
Revive tin energy. It's so pretty, dude. This is my game of the year, I think. That noise. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my game of the year. This is gonna be hard to compete with. This is already in my top 5, I think, of all time. Unless the end ruins it, but I doubt it.
Place.
Yeah. We can bury your friend under this tree, if that's okay with you.
It's really pretty. He bury his friends here.
couldn't wait for me, could you? I wish we could.
Rest easy, Gustave.
I'll finish what you started.
Yes, we
The
will.
Paintress, Renoir, they will pay.
No more dome. Just open skies.
I'll save them, Gustave. Emma, your apprentices, everyone.
You can leave it to us. You were always there for me.
I'll save them.
Say hi to Soph for me. Yeah?
We could never tell if you were my brother or my father. But to me, you were both. Best brother and father I've ever had.
When one falls, we continue.
Thanks for being my family. See you in the next life.
I love this soundtrack. We will definitely get it back for you, Gustave. You went out like a boss. That's about the best way to die you could want in a world like this. Dying protecting someone or something you love. That's the best way to die, really, ever, when you think about it. And then go as an old person in your bed, or you want to go out for something. A lot of people don't get to die with purpose in their hearts, right? I think if you could take back time, I think you would do the exact same thing all over again. That obviously makes a bitter pill to swallow for Maelle and his friends, but I don't think he would change anything. That was the whole point of him coming here, right? To defend things he loved, and then he died defending the things he loved. Best way to go versus everything else, right?
For about 2 hours. Then there's a big lake. We shouldn't go there at all. We should make a right, and then it's gonna take a few hours, and then we make a stop. We get some rest and some food. And then from there, we head north to Monoko Station.
Why there?
To recruit my oldest friend. We'll need the extra firepower, because our next goal will be to take down the Paintress' heart.
Her heart?
Yes. You can't just stroll up to the Paintress. The chroma there is far too dense. It erases anyone who gets close. But if we destroy her heart, the barrier will fall.
Okay. So where is this heart? What does it look like?
What it looks like, that I don't know. But I do know that it's somewhere in the center of old Lumiere.
You found old Lumiere?
Yes.
So it's true. Before the fracture, our Lumiere was part of a larger city on the continent.
I've traveled with many expeditions. I was with the 58th when we found old Lumiere. But Renoir erased them before we could get further. And I don't know much more.
All right then. Let's go meet your friend at Monoko Station. And then, we'll take the Paintress's heart.
Renoir is definitely a fight I'm looking forward to. That will be a fight I'm invested in. I'm excited to get that back.
How far up the mountain is Monoko Station? Will we see snow?
Not too high, but yeah. There's usually snow.
I love snow. I wonder how they did snow here.
Fantastic.
You like snow too?
Oh, right. There's no snow in Lumiere.
No, only in books and paintings. It's almost as mythical as Gestrels.
And just as fun. And sometimes just as deadly.
Oh. Really? My husband was obsessed with the idea of snow. I can't wait to see some.
You were married?
That you will.
You want to spend time with CL? Yes. Verso approaches CL, who seems open to talking.
You seem less stressed than the others.
Is that your conclusion? After your extensive observation of our team?
Yes.
There must be better uses of your time than analysing our stress levels.
Well, it's important to understand your teammates.
Says the mysterious stranger who has yet to share much about himself.
Then consider this my attempt to be less mysterious.
Oh, is that what this is?
I'll trade you. A story for a story. Quite fair, I think.
I'll trade you. A story for a story. Quite fair, I think.
Well, there are stories, and then there are stories. You first, then.
Something unusual, then? Strange wonders and mysteries?
A bit impersonal, Not really how you get to know each other. I don't think that's worthy of a trade. No. Tell me something dark and melancholy and personal.
Ooh, going straight for the heavy stuff, huh?
Best way to start.
If we're going to share, let's share.
That's fair.
Story for a story, right?
We'll see.
Verso and CL spend the next few minutes arguing whether CL should also share. CL continues to tease Verso, who remains evasive. Verso and CL's relationship grows a little bit. They head back to the others. And I assume... Whoops. I assume that...
How far up the mountain?
Not
Yeah,
too
we're
high.
only just gonna do the snow
All
now.
right.
Okay.
No.
And just as...
Oh, my husband.
So can we do the same with everybody?
Your oldest friend is a Gestral.
Yes. You've been friends for as long as I can remember.
Gustave would have loved that.
Why? Because he liked Gestrels?
Because he liked the idea of friendships that could last decades. We don't get to enjoy such long friendships in Lumiere.
We want to spend time with Lune, boss. Lune intercepts Verso as he walks by the fire.
Why are you allying yourself with us?
Not a lot of options out here, in case you hadn't noticed.
What about the previous expeditioners? Did you help them too? Yet they still failed.
That's a terrible way to ask questions. Do you always interrogate people like this?
Given the circumstances, I think we can skip the pleasantries, no?
Alliances are usually give and take, as are conversations. Trust goes both ways, no?
All right then. As a gesture of good faith, I'll show you how to use Lumina.
No need. I got it.
Well, aren't you a quick study?
But I appreciate the gesture. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Trust works both ways.
Alright, as a gesture of good faith.
All right. As a gesture of good faith, I'll answer 3 questions. Choose wisely.
Only 3.
Someone's a bit greedy.
3 questions with 3 follow-ups.
You're really pushing this.
I think it's reasonable.
All right. Go for it.
Lune spends some time bombarding Verso with questions. Verso remains evasive, which pisses Lune off, but also triggers her insatiable sense of curiosity. Lune is reluctantly intrigued, as is Verso. When the interrogation is over, they go back to the others.
How come Minoko lives so far from the other Jestrels?
Monoko's a searcher. They travel the land looking for Jestrels who went missing after the fracture.
The lost Jestrels.
Yeah. That and he, pissed off Golgra.
How come...
Monoko's
Yes, I can't spend time with
Yeah.
Maelle. What about you, big guy?
That was sad.
Yeah.
You were sad.
Yeah.
You were thinking of Julie.
Well, not just her, but... Yeah.
Want a hug?
Yeah. I do.
Going to spend time with Esquie? Yes, of course.
She reminds me of someone.
Who, Maelle?
Who? Maelle?
Have I met her before?
Well, you also thought you knew Ciel.
Oh, but I do. Wait, don't I?
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Sometimes I feel like you know everyone.
Oh, well. That's because you're all cousins. Same, but different.
Right, so, maybe it's that.
Yes. Ah, just like Verso is Verso's cousin. Maelle is Maelle's cousin. Yes, that's it.
It's definitely not a...
You're so very wise.
You know, that almost makes sense to me.
You know, that almost makes sense to me.
It's okay if you don't understand, Verso. You're still wise to me.
You're just a big ball of nonsense sometimes, aren't you?
That's why we're best friends.
Esquie and Verso have fun talking to each other a bit more. Their bond grows. Okay, we're leveling up Esquie first. They talk a bit more nonsense before going back to the others. Yeah, I don't think that that's all that's going on there. Actually, don't believe that. Did we have any weapons that we had a reason to upgrade with you? I don't recall. Liderim. Healing skills generate an additional stain. This one, casting a skill, increases the skill damage of other elements by 20%. Resets when casting a skill of a previous element. This one is free aim shots. Generate random stain. This one is level 10. Vitality and agility. And this is defense and agility. Damn, the attack power on this level 10 one. If I upgraded defense a little more, this would get beefy. I'm gonna lie, stain applies slow to a random enemy. Lightning skills, ice skills, and healing skills. We'll probably stay with this. Oh, we have something to make a level 10 weapon. Okay, and so you have sun skills always apply 10 foretell. Base attacks give 1 moon charge and consumes all foretell to apply burn. Apply mark on consuming foretell. This is not a bad one here. Killing an enemy with foretell applies its foretell to another random enemy, although I would much rather have the sun skills always apply 10 foretell because that just makes us so chunky. Recover 5 health per foretell applied. Healing skills cost 1 less, and 30% increased heal efficiency per moon charge. Base attacks give 1 moon charge. You have... This became level 10 apparently at some point. That's 50% increased damage on rank D. No damage increase on other ranks, so that's not too good. Dualisto, 50% increased base damage attack and play again after base damage. And base attack gives 4 perfection. I really want to use this because of how cool it looks, but I honestly don't. What is this doing? When hit, lose 1 perfection instead of 1 rank. And then it applies rush on rank S, which I think makes us play more. And then we get 2 perfection on turn start at 20. And this is just a beefy base attack build, and it gives us 2 turns right off rip, I think. I'll switch to this, I think, and I'll test how it actually works in practice. And then here, in Virtuoso stance, every burn applied is doubled. So this will be a burn build for Maelle. Base attack applies 2 turn, critical hits apply... I like this more, I think. It's agility and luck. That's defense and agility. I think I'll stick with Medellin for most of the game, if I'm being honest. Since we only have 1 Resplendent, I'm not comfortable investing in that right away, actually. Upgrade the expedition resources. Upgrade the energy. Upgrade the life. We don't have anything for this. We have a ton of these, huh? I don't want to go too hard with that, but we have so many colors of Lumina. Let's get everybody to 40 and then we'll chill on it. We'll chill on that now. Hadn't realized we'd been stacking up the color of Lumina so hard. And then we'll go see if we got any more children. I'm not sure if we did, but we'll check. You have found 2 of my 9 lost gestrals. Okay, so we didn't. Let's go write in the journal then. I know last time I was in camp I forgot to hit Gustave's journal. We'll continue the tradition for him. Write in the journal of Gustave's apprentices. Maelle finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustave's journal to honor his memory. She gathers her courage and writes about Gustave's sacrifice, how he laid the trail. She hopes Gustave's apprentices will read this journal someday. Maelle heads back. Check up on the others.
What are you working on?
Contingency plans. If we fail, Expedition 32 will need every bit of information we have.
Right, but how are you going to get it to them?
I asked the Gestrals for help.
Smart.
What are the stars whispering to you?
Actually, I'm the one whispering to them.
Oh?
It's something my dad and I used to do. When I was scared, or anxious, or even when I was happy, he'd say, share it with the stars. When it's hard to talk about things, the stars will understand.
I like that.
Me too.
I talked to the stars a lot after he was gone.
I remember the night we first met at the Crooked Tower.
Right. After the gommage.
I was surprised to find you there. I thought I was the only one who knew about that room.
I had to get away from the harbour. And those damn petals everywhere. So I climbed up.
It wasn't logical. But part of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded. That they'd stopped her. Then the Paintress woke. And I knew they weren't coming home.
You know, it meant a lot to me. The comfort we shared that day. But you avoided me after. Why?
It wasn't personal. I cut a lot of people out of my life.
Okay, not personal.
I'm so curious on how Ciel got her scars.
I knew my parents had failed. They were counting on me to finish their work. I couldn't afford distractions.
Friends are not distractions.
I know that now.
Wow. We're in the middle of nowhere with 1 year left to live. What better time to build friendships?
It's a very fair point.
I could use some wine, though.
Making friends is thirsty work.
Very good. Alright everybody, that does seem like the perfect point to wrap up, since we can't spend any time with Maelle. We just got quite a pretty cutscene, so I'll leave this one there. Thank you for watching everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Take care everybody, have a great day. Peace.